Alright, we're back. Lots of interruptions. Okay, I was working on this. Okay, so I checked the shift shaft to make sure it's straight. Go like that. Rolls nice, that's good. So we're going to have to put the forks in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Alright, so put in neutral. Rolls, good. Okay, so now I gotta put the forks in here. So get your two buttons here. Okay, I forget which forks I'm running, so this one here is a plus 20. Says a number right on it. That means it's 20 thou taller between the pivot here and where the fork is at from stock. And this one here is what is this one? So -5, there it is, dash 005. So this is a -5, so this is 5 thou, less than standard. Okay, so I got to figure out which one's going to go where. So this goes into here. Now if we go down, it'll be a plus number. Now we shortened the shaft and dropped everything, so it should be a plus number. Okay, so put the plus there. This one's a minus, which means we pulled it up 5. I'm not sure why I did that. Let's see. So let's see what these take, because I have no idea what we need. And are we in neutral or not? Looks like we're in neutral. Shaft down through the hole. Okay, so now we're looking at how everything is laid out. So that's where you got to kind of guess what's going on around here. Okay, so you look at the gap between the dogs right there, and you look on this side and look at the gap on this side. So this one here I can actually touch it, and this one here we have a gap. This one over here, it's almost touching, and you move it up, and it looks like it's touching or almost touching. Can't see. This one looks like it needs to go that way about 5, because I think it's touching on this side here. You got clearance in here, so you got to go. You have to let go both directions when you're checking. Make sure you got room. Now you can put feeler gauges in there if you want, and do it that way also. It doesn't really matter how you do it as long as you know what you're doing. Okay, I'm going all the way up, and I feel nothing, so it's not hitting. So my feeler gauge is this 15 thou. It's loose there, and it's big time hitting that, so it needs to go that way. So that needs to go from negative to a positive. And this one over here, it actually goes negative past what you want, because see how it goes like that, it pushes the fork down, that means it's less than that. It's basically about 0 until you put it in, and then it drops. And this one down here, got a big gap on that one. So that one needs to go down further, a lot further. This one needs to go down further too. So these forks are different than we need. So this was a -20, I think it was already. Let's see here. It's a plus 20. So the biggest one that makes a plus 30. And of course I don't have one. Ain't got one. Bag is empty. So these are 20s, 20s. This is a plus 30 right here. That's the one. Be nice to have one. Don't have it. Minus 30. So we have nothing. So we got a problem. So we're going to have to do something about this. So right now I can see that we have a gap between the gear here. So this gear here needs to go up. And then I can get back on my fork. So I need to put like a 10 or 15 thou washer between here and there to make it work. And then I might have to do, well, that would tighten me up. That's not going to help me either because I'm already hitting the dog. See, this was already in the way of hitting on this already, so that's a problem. We got a problem. We need to drop everything down. We don't have no way of dropping it. If I move this up, oh no, that's going to help me. No, that's right. Okay, I'm moving the main shaft too. Okay, that's all right. If I didn't move the main shaft, that'd be a problem. But when I move this gear up, this shaft's going up too. So that's going to disengage the dog out of this one. You know, take up the gap here. So I need to put a 15, 20 thou shim underneath here. So I got to find a shim I can do that with. And then this one over here, we needed to go down further. And this one here was a what? This was a -5. So if I go to like a +5, there's a -5. These are just standard. That's a standard. Now I don't care whether they're brass or steel. Makes no difference to me. -5. I've got a lot of -5s here. How about some pluses? What the hell that one is? -5s, -5s. We got a lot of minuses going on, not too many pluses. Okay, let's go over to my race bike stuff over here. There's a +10, +20, -5, -20, +5. And -10. What are these, standards or 30s? Standards. Okay, so I got 2 of everything here for me, it looks like, is my game plan. And I only got 1 +5 left. So I'm going to take this one and use it. Alright. At least get 1 gear fixed. Or attempt to anyway. And just because these say they move up and down the same number, every one is different. They're never accurate. Okay, now we're touching. Gap, so that's too much. +5 was a bunch. Okay, here's a nice Harley standard brass one. Barely touching. Hitting hard. So that'd be more toward low. I don't want to be toward low, I want to be toward high. So we're going to be toward high, we're going to put the 5 back in it. Got a label on here we're going to get rid of. There we go. Scrape that off. Pretty heavy hitting. So I can move to 10 quite a bit. We'll try the other 5. Just barely touching. Barely touching. Alright, that 5 works. This 5 is more like a 10. So every one of these, I don't care what they're marked, they vary all over the place. Find the ones that match. Okay, so now that this one here, so it has just a small gap right there right now. This just goes right in there like that. This is 15, 16 thou thick, it's got a gap. And over on this side here, when you pull the slack up on the gear, it becomes 0. It's hard to hold that with one hand, but you go like down, go up. Just barely touching it. So it's about 1 or 2 thou, probably 1 thou closer to this one than this one, so it's close enough. So that's our gap. It basically almost touch when you're in the right spot. Alright, so that takes care of that one. This one's being retired. Now this one here is our problem one, so we're going to have to go up higher to make room, which is going to cut our clearance on this side over here. We already had a washer that thick in there, which is not very thick, so that might become a problem too. So I'm going to go ahead and put I mean, this is about what I need for in here. I don't think that's big enough to go around what I need though. So we might want to have to cut this gear down right here to gain clearance when we're done. Okay, fudge. Make it work. That's how you do everything around here. Okay, so this one's coming out. This one we're good with. That one we're good with. This one here we got to press out. And find something that's going to go over this shaft. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, I'll be back.